All right, Coach, we're back at home for once, and seems like just top to bottom, it was a good night from the offense. So just talk about what you saw from the team tonight.
Well, it's certainly nice to be out of the state of Virginia. It's definitely low on my totem pole of favorite states at this point in time. No, it was great to be back at RPF. I thought the guys had a renewed vigor and energy. And, 2 out hits are certainly helpful, which we had a good amount of those tonight. Brooks, Jimmy, and Mr. Markham just come to mind, obviously. We left a couple things out there that I still think we can be better and sharper on some situational baseball, but Gary really grinded on the pitching side. Wasn't his best, but grinded and competed, which he's going to do at the highest level of all of our guys we've had this program. I thought Walensky really figured some things out, which is going to prove to be pivotal as we go. Frida was Frida. He was really good. Some great PFP plays, too. You talk about practice all the time. You do these things, and, it's like, hey, when's it come to fruition? You hit the whopper chopper that you just have to make a good throw first, and then the bunt play, which was a good bunt from Walker. And listen, keeping games separated, it makes life a lot easier. And then Tapper was really good in the night. I was very proud of him and his aggressiveness to and through the strike zone. And we played good defense. And in the end, it's not like baseball's not rocket science. 2 out hits, clean defense. Pitchers attack the zone with good stuff. You're going to put yourself in a good position, but we'll have to do a lot more of it tomorrow because we know how competitive Monroe's going to continue to be.
Yeah, speaking of Brooks, he's been struggling a little bit recently, but then today he had 3 really, really good swings and hits.
Yeah, he did, and he had the up the middle hit was such a great at bat. I think it was 11 pitches, maybe 10 or 11, and he had to grind, and then he found a way to get the base hit through it. And of course, we liked the, I wish he obviously had enough strength. We'll have to get him to do a couple extra push-ups to hit over the right field wall, as he had on what ended up being the long single on the nice throw from the right fielder, and then had the other they doubled to right field down the line. But really good swings. I thought he was very connected in his approach, and I thought he did a really good job behind the plate. He had to grind a little bit. He had to lead, and I thought it was really an all-encompassing night for him.
The last few games, Markham and Jimmy, the 2 freshmen, they've just been really, really strong in the lineup for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, they have a pretty steady mind to them. And what they do, they can take some constructive coaching at times, and both of them had a couple of bats early where they got, the old, hey, come here, what are you doing? And but that's what good players do. That's what the guys in our program, the Caleb Artileros, Will Sullivans, I'm speaking just offensively a little bit, Ethan Kavanaugh, some of these guys that they end up being great, and, all conference and big time players, some of them professional players. You gotta be able to adjust mid-game and sometimes mid-at-bat. I think that's a sign of a good competitor, a good athlete, a good baseball player, because it's certainly not easy to do. But I thought those guys have shown those signs, and they certainly reap the rewards, and those rewards for them are good for the Trojans.
Yeah, Brock Tapper, 2 straight appearances that were really good, 0 runs in both of them at JMU within the years. What have you seen from him recently?
I mean, this certainly the question is in regards to Tapper, but his work was really good for the 2 weeks before he got in last week against JMU. And that sounds a bit cliche, but the reality is his bullpens and his skill work and everything showed you like something different. You saw the ball coming out cleaner. There's more energy in the delivery. Certainly there's pitching, nuanced things are working, but you saw them come to fruition last week in this game, and then you kind of saw it again today. And I was very excited about that. Probably of all things we saw tonight, I think that was one of the most important, if I'm being honest. But it goes to show, guys, like if you transfer what you do every day, there's a reason you practice more than you play. So good for him, and I know there's other guys that are right there on the cusp of doing those same things. They should take advantage of it when the time comes.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, just a complete night from the offense, just top to bottom of the night in your first game back after the long road trip. Just talk about coming back from the road trip and also just everybody coming through offensively tonight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that road trip is definitely a stretch of games that some of them get tough, especially with the weather difference. It's definitely a lot different than it was tonight. But, I mean, like Coach Meade from the top preaches toughness, and you got to be tough on the road and just win your games on the road. But it's always awesome coming back to RPF and getting a win like that and getting the offense rolling back together.
Yeah, same thing. It just feels good to be back home.
Darnell, you get a few knocks tonight. Just talk about how well you were swinging the ball today.
They threw some good pitches, and I had some good swings, but that's just luck of the draw sometimes. Sometimes they fall, sometimes they don't.
And Brooks, kind of same thing for you. You were finding that corner. You're getting ahead of the ball. Just talk about what you were seeing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously everybody's seen I've been struggling a little bit right now, but I mean, to be honest, like I was talking to Wax about it. I'm like mentally, like I don't feel like I was sucking. I mean, no duh, I was sucking, striking out too much, but I mean, I just got back in the groove, back home, getting confident, and just let it play out and keep rolling throughout the year.
Appreciate y'all.